Code is compiling on one screen while a fully playable 3D world materializes on the other, without a single human keystroke. We are going to take the standard Hermes AI agent and configure it to run as your own independent, self-improving game developer. To pull this off, we need to accomplish 3 specific objectives: manage multiple specialized AI profiles at once, connect those agents directly to Unreal Engine 5.8, and schedule automated reporting to run in the background. Step 1 requires 2 tools. You need the latest version of the Hermes desktop app installed and an active installation of Unreal Engine 5.8 ready to go. Instead of treating the AI as a static chatbot waiting for a single text response, this configuration creates an active, multitasking pipeline that builds your project while you oversee it. Building a game requires parallel processing. You cannot have the agent writing your core combat mechanics get blocked because it is busy drafting character lore. Open the Hermes desktop app. Find your active chat session in the sidebar and right-click on it. Select New Window. You now have a physically separated agent session running parallel to your main hub. By isolating these windows, you can assign a dedicated coding profile to one and a world-building profile to the other, managing both of their workflows at the exact same time. Now we need to connect this workspace to your 3D environment using the Unreal Engine 5.8 Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Go to your primary agent window and type the prompt: "Install the Unreal Engine 5.8 MCP so I can give you commands to build games." As soon as you hit enter, Hermes will spin up a sub-agent tree in the background. You will see these agents execute the tool calls to download and configure the connection without locking up your main chat interface. With that connection established, the agent can take your plain English text instructions and translate them directly into manipulable 3D game assets inside the Unreal viewport. When you issue your first complex command to Unreal Engine, there is a very high probability the agent will encounter an error and fail. Do not restart the session. Push through the failure by prompting the agent to look at the error log and fix the mistake. This chart shows the Hermes agent loop. Every message triggers a cycle: context assembly, LLM decision, tool execution, and memory update. Context assembly gathers rules, tools, and history into one stream. Memory update then writes any failure corrections directly into its permanent markdown files. This memory loop forces the agent to review its own mistakes. You will actually see it output a self-improvement review, where it autonomously patches and updates its own Unreal Engine skills based on the failure. While it is learning, you must avoid mid-session interruptions. Do not switch AI models midway through, and do not manually open and edit the memory files. Doing either of those actions breaks the system's prompt cache. That destroys the accumulated context of the session, wiping out the immediate lessons it just learned and forcing the self-improvement loop to start over completely from scratch. Now that the agent can write code and learn from its mistakes, we can remove you from the repetitive project management tasks. Hermes runs an internal background system called the cron engine. Every 60 seconds, it takes over, checking for any scheduled work. Prompt your agent to schedule a recurring daily report analyzing the current status of your game's codebase. The agent takes that request and writes it directly into a local JSON directory at .hermes/cron/jobs.json. When the timer hits the scheduled hour, the system spins up a completely fresh, isolated session with no chat history to pollute its context, to execute the analysis and generate a markdown file. Once the generation is complete, the final report is automatically pushed directly into your primary chat interface. You might be wondering if giving an autonomous agent a scheduling tool could cause it to accidentally trap itself in an infinite loop of creating new tasks. The system prevents this. Hard-coded safeguards dictate that an active cron session is strictly blocked from spawning any additional cron jobs. It performs its assigned task, delivers the result, and shuts down safely. Look at the setup now. We have code streaming on one screen, while a 3D character renders smoothly on the other. This is a multi-window AI workstation directly integrated with Unreal Engine. It is actively patching its own codebase errors and delivering automated progress reports entirely in the background. To expand this pipeline further, open your Hermes dashboard in the browser and navigate to the Skills Hub, where you can browse and install hundreds of additional modules for your agents. The friction of operating a comprehensive, multidisciplinary indie game studio has been removed. Everything required to build a massive project now sits inside a single configured desktop environment.